Local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello, thanks for joining us at newslinkindiana.com on this Tuesday, January 17th, 2006. I'm Abby Walton. Who should foot the bill for Madison County inmates' cochlear implants? That's the question officials continue to struggle with. Robert Barnett is scheduled to go on trial in connection with the 1993 killing of Ricky Combs at the Pendleton Correctional Facility. Barnett is waiting to see if he will get the implant, which could improve his hearing. Barnett can't hear or read lips and currently can only communicate through notes. The county insists it's low on funds and will not pay for the implant unless a judge mandates it. Delaware County plans to consolidate several city and county agencies. Newslink Indiana's Brian Dunbar explains how these changes could create a good news for taxpayers.
Delaware County's population has declined over the last 5 years, and that's caused the county to take in less tax revenue. So last May, Muncie Mayor Dan Cannon and County Commissioner Tom Bennington created the Government Efficiencies Committee
to look at city government, look at county government, to see what opportunities might exist for the two of us to work together, either to save dollars or be more efficient.
Committee Chairperson Linda Gregory says there are 4 proposals that could save the county $2 million, along with providing faster and better service.
It just seems to me it might be a logical way to get more effective public safety.
The new Efficiency Committee has a proposal on the table that would combine the Muncie Police Department with the Sheriff's Department.
The mayor says the moves would have another benefit.
If they would shift all the cost of the county police department to those that they're protecting and take it away from the city, our costs will start going down.
Other offices that could be combined: building commissioners, code enforcement, engineering, and human resources. In Muncie, Brian Dunbar, Newslink, Indiana.
A 4th proposal calls for centralized purchasing for the county and city. A Yorktown woman who admits she stole donations meant for Katrina victims will learn her fate Thursday. Sharon Mills pleaded guilty January 12th to stealing Red Cross donations for Hurricane Katrina victims. The 56-year-old took the donations from a container at a Damon's restaurant in Muncie in early September. Spring may still be 2 months away, but you wouldn't know it by the warm weather we've had. And as Newslink Indiana's Michelle Long tells us, this temperature roller coaster is having a major impact on our plants.
With nearly record-high temperatures Monday, but cold rain and winds Tuesday, it's safe to say Indiana weather seems to be, at best, unpredictable. And those wacky changes, says nursery owner Barry Garr, can affect plant life.
No, they're basically confused when it fluctuates back and forth as it has.
But not enough to do damage.
Buds are starting to swell. It looks like the plants may start to grow in January. But there are a lot of other mitigating factors into what causes a plant to grow.
One of the factors, day length. Larry Simmons of GNM says the days are still short and people shouldn't be concerned. He says the top 2 reasons plants are damaged: extended cold and late freezes in early spring.
It's true April showers bring May flowers, but according to area nursery owners, spring isn't the only time to plant.
You can't plant in the winter, but 9 times out of 10 the reason you don't plant is because you can't get in the ground because the ground's frozen too hard.
And that can mean, despite the roller coaster temperatures, you should see flowers and trees budding come springtime. In Muncie, Michelle Long, Newslink, Indiana.
Simmons says if you are worried about your plants, you should put a thin layer of mulch or soil down. Now here's Joe Thomas with a look at our weather. And Joe, what has been going on lately? It's crazy. It's spring, it's winter. What is it?
It just can't seem to make up its mind, Abby, and it's not going to change in the near future either. We're going to continue to have these varying conditions each and every day this week. Temperatures are going to be cold and then warm and then cold again. And as you can see, it's all because of these troughs that are moving through the area. So this week's trend, we do have another series of troughs moving through, bringing us some colder temperatures and then warmer temperatures. And yep, you guessed it, some colder temperatures again this weekend. So we're watching another system that will be moving in, bringing us rain instead of the typical snow for this time of year. And then we'll take a look at our weekend. Is it going to be warm or cold? I'll tell you about that right in a second in the 5-day forecast. Overnight lows tonight, not too bad in throughout Indiana. They are back to normal. A low of 26 in Muncie, 26 in Indianapolis, and in Lafayette. So those temperatures are going to continue to drop throughout the overnight tonight. That's all because of this low pressure system with the cold front that's sitting over Indiana right now and will eventually be moving out of the area and taking the snow and cloud cover with it. So then we're going to keep an eye on this low pressure system out to our west into the early weekend, which is going to bring us the potential for some rain and cooler temperatures once again. High up to 33 in Muncie tomorrow, 35 in Indianapolis and Lafayette, so much different than what we started out with today. Those temperatures are typical for this time of year, so we're not exactly used to that. As you can see, as time goes on, you're going to see the trough move through our area throughout Wednesday and back up into Thursday again. You can see that the temperatures are going to continue to go back up. So after a cool down on Wednesday, temperatures will start to increase again on Thursday. Temperatures fall as rain turns to snow tonight. We're expecting around an inch of accumulation, expecting to reach a low of about 24. The conditions are going to be very windy outside. West-northwest winds from 13 to 18 miles an hour with gusts at 30 throughout the overnight. Snow will taper off tomorrow eventually, but we will start out the day with some flurries. Some sun will show before evening though. Conditions will continue to be cold and windy at a high of 33 degrees. Winds again, west 16 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 31 miles an hour. Take a look at this 5-day forecast. You can see I have the up arrow here for the temperatures going back up on Thursday after our quick drop tomorrow. Partly cloudy conditions and then that low pressure system moving through, bringing us some rain showers, and the temperatures will continue to go back down on Saturday and into Sunday. Luckily, we are expecting those rain showers to taper off into Saturday, bringing us at least one decent day this weekend with some sun on Sunday. So,
well, that's good news, but it just seems like Mother Nature can't make up her mind lately.
You don't carry your coat and your umbrella with you every day, is the best I can say right now.
Thanks, Joe. A local artist's work will soon be featured on Home and Garden Television. Newslink Indiana's Laura Warfield tells us how a project tied to historic Muncie is grabbing attention.
Angela Wilkins grew up in an area supported by Ball Corporation, in a time when most people canned using ball jars. So it seemed natural to combine her love of art, especially stained glass, with those traditional jars.
It kind of came to me last summer, and I thought, wouldn't it be neat if I could cut this jar in half and then solder some stained glass on the back and at least represent the ball and what ball stands for.
Wilkins works closely with Ball and Minnetrista Orchard, where she sells her ball jar wall pockets. Her favorite wall pocket? A tree frog design she's still working on.
Each jar seems to come out differently, even if it's in the same mold. So each one has its own personality and own footprint.
Over the years, she has done special projects for businesses, art shows, and personal customers. But despite the long hours she spends in her studio, which she and her husband built in 2003 with help from the Amish community, Wilkins makes sure she puts her family first.
I like the setup that I have right now because I'm available for my daughter and my stepsons, and obviously I'm available for my husband.
And for now, Wilkins is content with that. In farmland, Laura Warfield, Newslink, Indiana.
Wilkins Ball Jar's artwork will be featured on the HDTV show That's Clever next month. And that is Newslink Indiana. Join us again tomorrow for more news about local people.